What are you reading? I am reading a novel whose name is If I Stay, and it is interesting and reflexive because can give you some advices of the life. How do you feel reading in class? I love to read in class because it's another way to learn new vocabulary and practice my knowledge every day. How much do you read? In this first section, I read approximately 50 pages in 1 hour. What was it about it? The reading talk about a girl whose name is Mia and it is a classical musician of cello. And one day in a snow tournament, she and her family planned to went to the mountains, but at the middle of the road, they had an accident and her parents died instantly. Then her brother and Mia go to the hospital and stay in coma. Then she needs to choose if she wants to live or die. Between she is in that critical moment, her spirit leaves for her body and he begins to remind her best moment at the life with her family and boyfriend. Was it about the expected? In my opinion, it's not what I thought what I looked at the first moment because I thought that was going to be a romantic novel, but when I finished it to read, I discovered that described the experience on how is the process to keep alive when everything you're around is bad. Did you discover anything new? At the moment I was reading the book, I discovered that always I need to live every moment because you don't know when you are going to die. How much did you read this time? In this second section, I read 30 pages. What do you expect will happen next? What I think that is going to pass next is in the novel is the process that Mia needs to pass or make to get over the death of her family and start a new life before she wakes up from the coma. Do you have a favorite character at this point? The main character is Mia, who is valiant girl and never give up even if she lose all her family. Do you continue reading outside the classroom? Yes, because I love to read and I thought that can be improve my long knowledge. Is there anything you will change from what you are reading? In this section I started to read a new book whose name is my favorite mistake and talk about a girl whose name is Taylor and who had an attempt rape when she had 8 years and started to hate all the men. Then when she went to the universe, she needs to share her room with a beautiful boy whose name is Hunter. But the problem is that she is afraid of he because she don't know if she is going to fall in love or push him. In the other hand, if I can shade something in the is the attitude of Taylor. Why? Because you can be afraid of everyone and you need to progress in the love and life. How difficult is the vocabulary used in your text? In the personal, it in some part was difficult for me because the novel used complex vocabulary that I don't know. Was there anything you had to reach from what you read? Yes, some meanings of the vocabulary that I don't know, or I need to read twice to understand. How much did you read this time? In this first section, I read more than other time. I read 60 pages. Do you did your text remind you of anything else you have read before? Yes, because it's is one more romantic history where tell you that the good girl falls in love of the bad boy. Is there anything you dislike about the text? To be honest, I don't dislike anything because it's my favorite book and I love the plot that is used. Would you like to continue reading the same text of the next parsha? Yes, I would like to read the book because it's interesting. Is there anything you expected to find in your text that you didn't find? I thought that Taylor, the main character, never would change the thought that she had for the man and she would be alone forever. How do you feel compared the first reading section? I think that now I know more vocabulary that I can use in article letters, etc. Do you feel like you are reading has improved? Yes, because in the first reading I read a few pages and in the last one I read 60 pages and also I know more knowledge that I can use it in the future. Could you recommend your text to a friend? Why? Yes, because it's my favorite book and not only renegade about the romantic story of a teenager, if not give you us the advice to be stronger and valiant in a bad moment.